You see these headlines, right? A massive bid for a web browser, secret trackers hidden in AI chips, YouTube trying to guess your age. They all seem kinda random and disconnected, but they're not. In fact, they're all part of the same story, revealing two powerful forces at war over the future of technology itself. So what is the connection here? How on earth does something like a web browser, a physical microchip, and your YouTube account all fit together? Well, the link between them actually points to the two most important forces shaping artificial intelligence right now.
So the first of these forces is an all-out war for control. And we're not just talking about who has the best AI model anymore. No, this is about who controls the platform, the very thing you use to access all this stuff. It's a high-stakes battle for the internet's front door.
And when I say high stakes, I mean it. Check out this number. An AI company called Perplexity reportedly made an unsolicited offer of $34.5 billion. And get this, that wasn't to buy a new AI model or a giant data center. It was to acquire a single piece of software, Google Chrome. And that right there, that move reveals the real strategy at play. This isn't just some financial transaction. It is a calculated gambit to own the starting point for billions of internet users. Think about it. In an AI-first world, if you own the browser, you own the front door to everything. And that is an immense amount of power. So why Chrome? Why is it the grand prize in this whole game? Well, this chart says it all. It's about pure, massive market dominance. Chrome commands a whopping 65% of the global browser market. Owning it is like owning the main highway system for the entire internet. Almost everyone has to use your roads to get where they're going.
And winning this war comes with some incredible spoils. The victor gets to set the default AI search you use every single day. They control how everything is distributed on the web. They own the ecosystem of extensions you install. And ultimately, they get to write the rules for how this entire AI-powered internet is going to make money.
But as these companies race for that kind of power, a second, opposing force is getting stronger. And that's the push for regulation and compliance. You know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility? Well, in this case, it's more like, with great power comes new rules, and, more importantly, new technologies designed specifically to enforce them. This whole compliance push is happening on two very different fronts. The first is physical, like literally tracking microchips across the globe. And the second is digital, tracking our online behavior to enforce rules about things like safety and age. Let's start with the hardware, because this is pretty wild. According to recent reports, US authorities are actually embedding physical tracking devices into certain shipments of advanced AI chips. The goal here is pretty straightforward: to enforce export controls and make absolutely sure these powerful components don't end up in unauthorized hands. The way it works is kind of like a digital tripwire. A tracker is embedded in a high-risk shipment. That shipment is monitored every step of the way. And if it's ever diverted from its approved destination to someone who shouldn't have it, an alarm goes off. It's a really powerful new way to enforce rules at the most fundamental level, the physical hardware itself. But this compliance tech isn't just about physical hardware. It's also about our digital behavior. This second type is called behavioral age estimation. Essentially, it's an AI that tries to guess your age not by asking for your ID, but by analyzing your digital footprint, what you watch, who you follow, even how you interact online. And this isn't just some far-off idea. YouTube is already testing this in the US. Its AI watches a user's activity, and if it thinks that person is under 18, it automatically switches on stricter safety features and protections. Now, the system isn't foolproof, of course, so if you get miscategorized, you can appeal the decision and verify your age with an ID. So, what happens when you put all of this together? You get a really clear picture. On one side, you've got this massive, frantic race for platform control. And on the other, you have a growing system of rules, and these rules are enforced by technology itself. This is the central tension shaping the future of AI. And you can see these two forces have completely different playbooks. The race for control, that's all about innovation and dominating the user platform, using tactics like huge strategic acquisitions. Meanwhile, the reality of compliance, that's focused on accountability and safety, using tech-based enforcement like trackers to get it done.
Ultimately, the future of AI isn't just being written by the innovators alone. It's being defined by this constant push and pull, this tension between the drive for platform dominance and the pull of technological compliance. The race to build and the need to regulate have really become two sides of the same coin.
Which leaves us with a really critical question to think about. As these AI systems become more and more powerful and more integrated into our lives, who is ultimately going to write the rules? Will it be the builders who create the platforms, or will it be the regulators who create the compliance?